Well, hello there. I was just sitting in the garden pruning my flowers and wanted to share how beautiful this fall day is. The sun is shining and it's starting to warm up a little bit, but it definitely is one of the nicer days that we have left here for the summer, I'm sure. Well, it's not even summer anymore, it's already fall, well into fall. So I want to take the opportunity to show you what's going on in the garden today. I trimmed up my lavender there and got that little lavender bush ready for fall. And I'm working on my calendula. This continually reblooms as long as you keep it deadheaded, and I've been pretty good at that, but I wanted to come in and get all the dead leaves and stems out and kind of clean it up so it can go well into the winter, till we really get a real hard freeze. Then it goes away, but it self-seeds and it'll be back next year. So I do still have a couple of zucchini plants. Got really cold, so did have some frost damage on the leaves, but I do still have a few zucchinis left. Pretty much just giving these to the chickens at this point. I do have a couple inside right now that I'm gonna make some zucchini bars, or I might try to make zucchini flour. I did see a recipe for that, so I might try that if I've got enough to do that. So got another one down there too. So I planted these zucchini plants in mid-July, and I did discover that in doing so, I didn't have any problems with the squash vine borers or with the squash bugs, but they are definitely do not like cold. So I didn't get a big, huge, full harvest, but I've pulled everything out. I left the basil because it does still attract pollinators, and it smells really good, so still has that good basil smell. So I did leave that for now, but I have cleaned almost everything else out. I have a couple of blueberry bushes. I think these might be okay. I did mix some coffee grounds in with the soil here, and if these make it through to next spring, I will be moving them, as well as these blueberry bushes here. So I know they like acidic soil, so I saved my coffee grounds and added them in, and we'll see how they do. More basil over here, but I'm not using it at this point either. The flavor has definitely gone a little more bitter. I'm cutting down. I cut the head off of that sunflower and gave it to the chickens already. I do have a few garlic cloves that popped up here. They were from last season, and they came up, so I'm just leaving them and we'll see what happens. See if I get a few garlic heads up here next spring. My one tomato plant that's left that did reseed from last year, so got a couple little cherry tomatoes on it. They're a little mushy now. My center here, I got that stabilized, so it will be held really well for the winter. I did debate taking it down for the winter, but we'll see. I don't know yet. As of right now, I'm leaving it because I do enjoy it. And I have my little rock garden that I put together here that all of my patients painted for me when I retired. So I have those all weatherproofed and sitting there. And I planted my garlic in this bed. So I have almost 50 garlic plants in here on both the left and the right, so that's where my garlic's at this year. Strawberries here, I have, they've taken root pretty well in most of them. I may have to do something with the bottom ones down here, but I'm going to try to see how this overwinters and bring this up by the house so I have strawberries outside my door up at the house. And the other strawberry patch is back here, so it's filling in on the other side and still getting strawberries out of it. My loofah gourds, I have harvested a few, and I have the loofahs that are clean and dried, and actually I'm already using, but I have several that I've left on the vine. Last night I think was the coldest it's supposed to be for the next week, so I should get another good week or so out of them out here. They're starting to turn yellow and soften, most of them are. Some of them are still really green though, and you want to wait till they're yellowish to brown. If they can dry all the way on the vine is best from what I've learned so far, but I don't know that I'll make them that far up here. They usually do take a long growing season, so. But I've got a lot left on the vine and I don't want them to freeze out here, so I'm gonna keep a close eye on these and get them harvested before it gets too cold. Strawberries, like I said, I still am getting a few strawberries here and there. Still lots of flowers, but obviously they won't have time to set strawberries before it freezes. Got one there, little one, and another one down there. These beds are all cleaned out, and this is rhubarb. I've never grown it before, but I got her planted in the garden, and we'll see what happens next year with it. I do need to cut these sunflowers down. I did clean this up some. I have to continually pull back my mint because that does spread everywhere, but this board here is my barrier that I'm trying to keep it just in this corner. It's not my favorite mint, so I wish I would have gone with a different one. This one's called apple mint, but I'm more of a peppermint or a spearmint. But this is what I put in, and no going back on mint once you plant it. Make sure it's what you want where you want it. Sage, that's still doing fine. I don't do much with it. I do harvest it and use it a little bit, but not a lot. Thanksgiving time turkey. Those sunflowers need to come down. My chickens, I've been keeping them in the run because the hawks have been out and about and was the demise of 3 of my chickens so far. So I have kept them in here the last probably week and a half until they're done. The hawks are done for the season. I think I'm just going to keep them here. They seem fine. I rearranged it, got roosting bars out there, and plenty of water and feed and stuff. So I did let them out the other day to free range and they were fine, but I'm still cautious on the predators we got out and about this time of the year. So they're starting to increase their egg production. That had gone way down, but yesterday I got 13 eggs. I've got about 30, give or take, hens. So I should be getting 20 to 30 eggs a day, I think. Most of them are pretty high producers, but this time of the year they might be slowing down anyway. I did get that outside box taken off, and I'm redoing the inside. So once I get that cleaned up and stuff, I'll show you, try to do a video for you on that too. So this is all cleaned out. This is my oregano, and it's sprouting back up, so that'll be fine for next year. These were just pepper plants that I cut down and they're starting to grow again, so I leave the roots in, let them compose in the dirt. So, but that's pretty much about it in the garden. Wrapping things up and cleaning this mess up. So this was what I started with on the other side, all these dead leaves, dead stems. So I'll get the rest of that cleaned up today and focus on getting the garden tucked in. So anyways, that's what we got going on in the garden today, and I hope all is well. Until next time, take care. Thanks for joining me, and enjoy your journey.